This is going to be a step-by-step process of getting your dog conditioned to a calming cap, or this is also known as a thunder cap. The reason this needs to be conditioned is because if you just force this on your dog, it is by far going to be a very adverse experience because the calming cap goes over the muzzle and covers their eyes. Olive does have experience with this, so please take your time with each step and try to end each session on a positive note. The first part to this is letting your dog explore it. So you probably just got it in the mail, you open it up out of the box and you let them explore it. So that could be either on the ground and any kind of engagement, yes, you'd mark and reward. So that way it's not so scary and the treat's coming from you and not from the calming cap. If they're comfortable exploring it, that's when the treat can then be laid on the calming cap and they can find the treat from the calming cap. Now, the next step is important because now we are approaching them with the calming cap. It's not on its own, it's in our hands, and that can be rather suspicious to a dog. So we are going to just present it to them. Yes, and any kind of engagement, we're gonna mark with yes. The kind of engagement that's positive, right? So she mouthed at it, which is one way of her exploring what the calming cap is. Yes, you are so mouthy, aren't you? The next step to this is going to be having them begin to lure into it, but not all the way. We're just going to place the treat at the front of the calming cap and let her, yes, approach to get the treat. Yes. Notice that all these steps, I'm not throwing it on her. She's coming to it. Good girl. One thing I might advise is that you put your hand through it. It does have a scrunchie, which you'll have to kind of open when they put their mouth through it. So notice how I kind of open this up. Yes! And I pull it off. Good girl. And the whole time she's getting that reward because that's what we're using as the lure. Now notice how I'm making this a really easy area to go through. I'm not using the entire calming cap. I know. Sit. Yes. So I'm making it much less intimidating. Over. Good girl. Yes. So I'm marking for that time. You see how I'm leaving it on her muzzle a little bit longer? So 2 hands open like this. Feed dog through, put it over, yes! And I'm beginning to cover her eyes. Good girl. Scrunch open, luring through, over eyes. I'm putting on longer, yes! And I'm taking it off. The reason I want to take it off of her is because if she's pulling out of it, that's her feeling agitated or uncomfortable with it, and I want each step to be rather comfortable. Good girl. So I'm going to begin to leave it on longer, and I'm also going to kind of mess with it because this would be the part you attach to the collar. So there'd be some time, yes, that we have to build with us putting it on the collar. Good. This opens up here, this goes over here. But even after this step, I'm gonna say, hey, good job, yes! And I'm gonna take it off her again. Building up that time with it on the dog is crucial. We're not just gonna put it on and then say, hey, go about your day. They'll probably try to do this and take it off. In fact, when you get to that point where you're leaving it on for a long time, I would recommend putting it on before they have their dinner so that they're spending more time involved with eating and the cap is on them. Or putting it on them right before a long walk because that's going to serve as a positive distraction while the calming cap is on. Another way to build time is by rewarding them while it's on. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Very good. If you're wondering what this piece is for, this would be to attach to their collar here. Usually there's something that you would use that has two little clasps on either end. I would not use this as a way to walk your dog. Yes, good girl. So this is the introduction to it. Again, like I said, to build that duration of time, pair it with something that they enjoy doing for a long amount of time, like eating their food or going out for a walk. Yeah, you did very good.